Ladies and gentlemen, today is December 18th, 2012. And this is the KNKL Emma Stream, Day 17, where we gather every Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where you get to join me and we engage in all kinds of silly antics whilst looking like we're actually working, aka working on the comic. Now, for those of you joining, it is your first day. Thank you for joining us today. I hope that you will enjoy your stay. We are going to actually be jumping right into the comic, and let's do it. So the basic way things work is we have some fun, we talk in the chat, and while I'm working on the comic, sometimes I will call on you, right? But you have to raise your hand first. Raise your hand like a good person, and then I'll call on you from the chat if you have a question to ask or something to add to the comic, such as an awesome sound effect, or one of the eyes in the character is oblong and sticking off the side of the head. Those are also very appreciated. Cannot guarantee I will be able to look at everything that is happening in the chat, but I have cultivated or drawn to me an amazing audience of people and artists, and they are very nice. So if you have any questions, feel free to talk to them. And yeah, just have some fun. So let's talk about what we are doing here. We're just going to be going through the final layouts and coming up with our final look before we go into lines, right? This is where I like to figure out the faces really well and make sure everything is reading correctly. Make sure everything is reading correctly so we can go ahead and move into the lines, or the final comic lines, right? And I'm liking this. I'm feeling pretty dang good about this. And not only am I feeling pretty dang good about this, but I'm also feeling pretty dang good about today. Because today was a nice day. I went to breakfast, or brunch rather, with a few of my friends. And we went to a place called Egg Plantation. And this is a place down in the middle of Newhall? It's a neighboring city next to Santa Clarita. And we went there, and they prepare hundreds of different kinds of omelets there, right? They have basically egg blanket wraps of anything you could ever desire. They even have things as crazy as I've had bacon and banana inside an omelet before. I think there was like peanut butter strawberry, or peanut butter banana as well. And those were good. Bacon banana was okay. It was just more of like a curiosity type thing. But after I ate it, I was like, yeah, I'll pass on that. But today I got something called the Suzanne, which is the omelet, but it's topped with feta cheese, and it has salsa, sour cream, and then green peppers, green red peppers, green onions, and all kinds of other stuff. Oh, and it has corn tortillas baked into the eggs, right, for the omelet. And it was super good, served with avocado and tomatoes, and a side of OJ. Needless to say, I was a very happy man after consuming that, and I continued along my day, as usual, with a belly full of goodness. With a belly full of holiday cheer. Holiday cheer! Thank you guys once again for showing up early, for those of you who keep showing up early. I want to be able to have a Skype call with you guys sometime soon. However, I did not eat dinner this evening. So, I did not partake in my hearty supper before I started the stream. So, I'm actually going to be very hungry after this. And I'm going to have to go ahead and go eat. So, possibly tomorrow. I will make it a point to Skype with you guys very soon. Very soon, but I've been appreciative of all of the comments and feedback. But hey, like I said yesterday, I'm trying my best to like zero in on this, and stop looking at what everybody else is saying about it. Stop taking a break and looking at the comments on the YouTube or DeviantArt and all that stuff, because that is just way too distracting, and I should be able to work on stuff without constantly having to check what's going on with what people are saying about it. Just shut up and draw, in other words. Speaking of that, tomorrow I am going to be working a little bit later. So another idea I may be trying out is, well, it depends on how much I have left to do on the other pages that I know I can show you guys, but I was thinking about opening up the stream a little bit later tomorrow. I don't know exactly what time I'll be doing that at, but I'll keep you guys posted on like Facebook and Twitter, so if you want to come join me as I work late into the night, you can come join me. Come join me. Conjoin, like a twin, you know? Like you're right here, like... Toucans, I like it. If I'm reading the chat, I am not focusing. I know it's Tuesday. I said tomorrow. Tomorrow. You crazy people. You crazy people. You crazy. You crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead and lay in this Emma head. Trying to go back to basics with this Emma face because I've been having trouble. Drawing Emma lately. And I think it's because I'm trying too hard to like cut things out and not measuring the things like I should, right? It's like, here's the circle, right, that's inside. And then you got the chin here, right? Okay, simple enough. Simple enough, right? And then you got the halfway point, which is right here. That's where the eyes start. So the eyes are going to come up almost exactly along the sketch that I did before. Really like this. And let's go ahead and put in the nose here. Eyes go up like that. Let's go ahead and make these eyes small because she is scared. She is scared at this point, so she should have small pupils. Go ahead and fix that hair up here, right, which we know follows this line right here. Born's the King of Israel. Sorry, I got Christmas carols on the brain. On the brain. Whoa! It's falling back. What? Whoa! Take it easy, Emma. Jeez, one step at a time. Just tripping on stuff. Tripping. Why are you tripping? Stop tripping. Let's go ahead and fix this side of her face. I like it. I like it. And we know what happens when I like things. We do it. We do it and we relish in our victory. Yes, yes, yes. Whoa! Yes, that is good. Let's go ahead and put this here and this here. And we may be running into the challenge that I've been facing recently with the face not exactly reading like her. Actually, it's looking pretty close. Looking pretty close. I actually like the shape of this mouth too. It's funny how I tend to follow, more or less, the original sketches that I lay down, even though they're just like really quick. I believe there's something captured there in the first just few seconds where you just quickly sketch down the expression, right? And I try to hold on to that as much as possible. Because, uh-oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Gotta mute. It's not professional to sneeze on camera, as I learned yesterday. So, if I do sneeze, I'm gonna go over here and try to mute the mic really quickly because I don't have a hotkey for it, as I should. And then I will make a really, really funny face, but no sound will come out of my mouth because that's what professionals do. Sneeze cam. Alrighty. righty. Let's go ahead and give her a little bit more of a forehead here. I'm not liking that. Just like got no forehead all of a sudden. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. Let's fix this eye. Oh yes, please, we will. Okay, so this should actually be happening way up here. There we go. Small adjustments, right? Look at the small adjustments. We do it. You guys are funny. Whoa! Let's fix these eyes. Fix these eyes. I don't like them. I like the other ones better. It's a little bit bigger, but then these things, a little bit more like that. Yes, this shows that she is scared. She may be slipping into some sort of hallucinogenic thingy. I don't know. She's so frightened that the world around her is going to become something more. Become something more. Yes. Alright, let's put a little bit of blush on those cheeks, and let's flip the canvas to see, make sure that we're not messing anything up terribly. Like this side of the face looks a little bit too large. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is just lasso this entire thing and just move it over. With the power of Photoshop, we will fix the problem. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So go ahead and throw in her little hairpin there. Good. Flip it back. Hey. Hey. And let's go ahead and sculpt the edge of this face here. Make sure everything is looking good. Looking good so far. Let's go ahead and fix this here. Now normally her little shark fin, that's what I'm calling it now. Normally a little shark fin goes the other way, but since she's falling, I'm making up rules for Emma as I go, right? It's like if she is in extreme motion, then her shark fin will go from going this way to going this way. Right? Ha! How do you like that? How do you like them apples? How do you like them caramel apples? I love caramel apples. Like, that's probably like the best thing about a fair, you know? That and all the rickety little rides they put together, you know? Have you guys ever ridden on that one that's like, it's called the Scrambler? It's basically like the thing, it spins around in circles, right? But then it has these arms that come out and then drop down. And it's like two little swivelly chairs on it, right? And those spin as well. Like, so it's spinning here, and then the chairs are spinning as well. It's called the Scrambler, right? And then I rode this thing called the Typhoon, which is basically like that, except the arms lift you up and it's spinning you around like this, right? So you're like angled like this, and then your chair is also spinning like this, and it is awesome. Like the G-force in that thing is beyond amazing. I like those kinds of rides. A lot of people get sick on those kinds of rides, but me, I love them. Love them. Until somebody else peeks on me. Then, yeah, we gotta have a talk about that. I love that and the swings. The spinning swings that lift you up in the air. It's really kind of, you know, it's not really that crazy. It's not like a thrill ride of the ages, but it is very relaxing to be up there and just look down, especially at night, because the whole thing's like lit up and you just kind of look down at the whole fair as it's spinning you around, and it's just like, something about that is just so pure and beautiful. Reminds me of my dreams when I can fly high above the cities. And yeah, all that stuff. All of that good stuff. So, the shark fin. It crushes the person on the outside. Yeah, that's the other thing, is you want to make sure you ride with your friend. And if you got a cute girl with you, then you got to make sure you put her on the inside, because no matter what, she's going to be getting close to you because the G's are going to push her right into you. So that's good. Remember to write that one down. Riding the Typhoon, girl goes on the inside. Ah. I like it. I like it. Okay, so let's see here. This eye is still looking a little weird. It's like moved over a little too much. See if you can fix that. Doesn't quite look like Emma. Emma, you're not looking yourself. Emma, you're not looking yourself. Speaking of that, you know, it's funny. Like, I went and recently visited some friends, and since I quit Riot, my friends literally looked at me and they're like, Keenan, you look so much more healthy. Like, well, I was like, well, I've been riding my bike, yeah, right. Not lately, but I need to get back to doing that. They're like, no, you just look so much more happy and healthier. I was like, wow, cool. I didn't realize I was so sickly looking when I was working full time. You know? So I thought that was kind of funny and a little sad. But yeah, working as an artist in the industry, it ain't no joke. It's a dream job, but man, you work your tail off. You work your little buns off. But it's good for your work ethic, especially when you start your own project afterwards. Because you know what you're capable of. And you also know what you don't want to necessarily push yourself to exactly. Sometimes I like to really work, through the night. Burn the midnight oil. But for the most part, it's like I left so that way I could pursue my dream and have a good time doing it. I want to be able to have some fun and relax and really be my own boss, as they say. But even that comes with its own challenges, because you've got feedback coming in all the time. And, when you're working on your own project, you're anxious to hear what everybody else thinks of it. And you get kind of self-conscious because you're like, oh, I don't know if everybody's going to like this. And, oh, it just looks stupid. And I should have redone that. And, you get all ticked off. But really, it's never really as big of a deal as you're making of it. I think the main point is that you set out with your goal in mind, you have your motivation, and then you just stick to that, right? You're not making this. You're not making this for everybody else. If other people want to enjoy it, that's great. But you're creating your masterpiece. You're creating your vision, right? Make it for yourself. Make it for yourself. Make it so that way, at the end of it all, when you're lying down on your deathbed or you're on top of the altar of sticks about to be incinerated like they did in Lord of the Rings, which, by the way, I went and saw The Hobbit recently. It was pretty sweet. As you're laying on top of your pile of sticks, you'll say to yourself, man, I made that comic, and I made it for me, and I loved it, and it was awesome. Because that's really what it's all about. It's all about making stuff for yourself, right? Stay true to your heart. That old cheesy saying, there's a reason why people say that. You gotta stay true to what you believe, stay true to your heart. Do what you believe is proper. And listen to the feedback of others, obviously. But listen to the feedback of others and, just take it into account, but don't let other people control you. Don't let other people control the way that you feel about yourself and your projects. Because that, my friends, is a one-way ticket to depression and feeling like the world is against you. That is not a fun place for you or anybody who associates with you to be. So don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. But other than that, the only other challenge that I'm really facing lately is now that I basically don't have to get up and go anywhere, except for literally right here, when my bed is right there, is I'm really trying to get a hold of my sleep schedule, right? Because it's really easy for me to stay up late playing League de Leyendos or just goofing around, doing something. And I need to do my best to make sure that I'm keeping myself in line and just sleeping properly, because this is good no matter what. Just a good habit to be in, having a good sleep schedule. Early to bed, early to rise, makes a comic healthy, wealthy, and wise. Right? That's what you got to think about. These are the things you like to think about. Ooh, man. And your neck. Ooh. Yeah. If only you guys could hear the noise that makes when I do that. Alright. That's good enough for now. I don't want to spend the entire stream like working on her face. So I don't want to spend the entire stream working on her face. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. Reading. Ha! Ha! Oh, poor Emma. Poor Emma. So scared. Whoa! Let's finish up this arm here. Yeah? Finish it up. And by the way, see you later, Sundancer. I'm sure you're already gone, but see ya. See you around the bend. Just around the river bend. By the way, I remember back when all those like animated movies were coming out, and I remember when Lion King came out, right? And I was like, oh, this is the best movie ever. They'll never make a better movie than this, right? And in a lot of ways, like animated wise, it still holds its own, standard. It's really awesome. But I just remember when I was so young, and I was like, I loved watching movies because they were so immersive to me. Like when you're a kid, your imagination is so much more active to the point where you can really I don't know, there's just some sort of magic about it that I felt when I was a kid that I don't get the same feeling as I do today as an adult. And I kind of miss that. So maybe that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to escape back to that world of fantasy and imagination with my comic. And I feel like it's working pretty well, actually. I really, really enjoy it. And I'm hoping other people will get the same feeling as well when they read it. Oh, man. And I need to start looking into somebody who can massage my arms at the end of the day and just, take care of, right here, because my wrist is all crazy. I just need someone to, dig right in there. Just, cut it open and, pull open the muscle and just, massage it and slap it back in. Be like, thank you, doctor. Thank you, doctor. Take out the muscle, take it to the spa, all that good stuff. Yes, 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 yes. By the way, a lot of people have been talking about conventions, and I cannot wait to start going to conventions. It's going to be so fun. After this part is done, the issue is complete. And then we can begin getting ready the actual product that we're going to be selling to you guys out there, those of you who want to help support the comic. You can buy stuff. Of course, buying stuff will never be required. You will always be able to read the entirety of the comic and enjoy the story for free. But there will be extra things given, extra cool little supplemental things and cool little treats given to those of you who wish to support and contribute yourselves. Because that is the way the world works. You get what you give, right? So, I firmly believe in that. Maybe I'll send you some candy apples, you never know. Candy Emma apples. Let's take care of this hair there. Tangent with the ear. Unacceptable. Unacceptably. Unacceptably. Alright. Cool. Moving on back to the tripping panel. Emma, quit tripping on yourself. What are you guys talking about? Trying to paint in color. Lushy, you're asking. Trying to paint in color and it's gray. Sometimes that happens. Emma Sharkfin. Sorry, okay. Sometimes that happens if you... When that happens to me is when I'm opening like a document or I'm like taking a picture that was already in black and white, and then the image settings are already set to black and white. So I think if you go to image size, it might pull that up. Nope. Image properties, image sampling. I am not sure, but I know if you go to like file new, right? And this color mode right here, if that is set to grayscale or black and white, just make sure you hit RGB. So try taking what you're working on and just creating a new document, set it to RGB, and then drag all the layers into it. You know what I mean? That should fix it. That's usually what I do. But I am not completely sure about that. So I wish you luck. I wish you luck. But wait, there's more. If you contribute $10 or more, you'll get your very own Emma ShamWow. That is a ShamWow with Emma's face on it. Emma ShamWow. I wonder if there's a place that I could actually do that. Get towels. Emma towels. Emma beach towels. That would be funny. Gonna find out who's naughty and nice, yeah. Santa Claus is coming to town. Din, 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 yeah. Santa Claus. Alright. Drawing thumbs is fun for everyone. Yeah, yeah. Alrighty then. Glorious. Glorious. And, whoa. Emma Beach Towels with the most creepy face on it. I love it. I love it. Okay, this eye is starting to bug me now. This other eye. It's not good enough, right? I'll like cover that eye. Cover this eye with your hand. Look at it. See, okay, that's Emma. And look at the other one. That's not Emma. It's not Emma. We're gonna have to go in and do some surgery. Sorry, Emma. It's time to take care of your face. Alright, so before I do this, what I'm actually going to do is duplicate this version of herself so we don't lose it in case we want to go back. Okay? Let's go ahead and duplicate it once more. Duplicate it once more like that. And now we can freely make all the changes that we want to it and not have to worry about mucking it up. Okay, so we got this here. So the bottom of the eye should be starting here. Okay, so that's right. And this portion is right. So what is bothering me? What is bothering me about this? Hey, Santa Claus is coming. It's the fact that her eyes need to be more pushed to the side. Like she's really looking behind her. Like that. That looks good. I like that. That's good. What about the nose? Maybe the nose is also bothering me. Hans. go ahead and make this eyebrow go up a little bit more. Like she's like, whoa! Much higher. Much higher, bring surprise. Bring surprise. Hmm. 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 That, I think, is a little better. Yes! Brilliant. Brilliant. All right, Emma, your face is officially fixed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just like do plastic surgery like that? You just move stuff around. Digital plastic surgery. It'd be much easier. I could be a plastic surgeon and living on the beach and making mucho money, but I can't do that because that is not my dream. It's not my dream to mess with people's faces. I think you're beautiful just the way you are, no matter what they say. Right? Everybody has beauty in their own way. At least that's what I tell myself. That's what I tell myself when I look in the mirror. I'm like, ooh. Oh, everybody's beautiful. Everybody's beautiful. Okay. All right. I can do this. I can do this. I am beautiful. Okay. Not going there. Not going there. Because I care about you. Not going there. Not today. Only if I see you at the convention. Only if I see you at the convention. And I tackle you. I will be tackling you. Remember? We were talking about that yesterday. If you support me and buy my stuff, if I see you at the convention, I will tackle you. So you better watch out. Making a list, checking it twice, chopping off zombie heads and door frames. Oh, it's time for the mute button. Mute. Ah, that was awesome. That was epic. Ah. Yeah, just shook the entire world. Good thing I'm a professional as I stumble on my words. Jeez. Good thing I'm a professional. That's actually a little bit of a tongue twister. Try saying that. Good thing I'm a professional. Good thing I'm a professional. Good thing I'm a professional. Say it fast, I bet you can't. Say it fast, I bet you can't. Alright, so I'm calling that good. Calling that good. We don't have to go that far in detail with this thing, but that's looking good to me. Or is it? Is their mouth looking like stuck on the... I'm so picky, picky. No. It looked better back. Like, nah. Nope. I think what we need to do is actually rotate it a little bit. Hey, the big fat man with the crumbs in his beard. He's coming to town. He's coming to town. Alright, it's time to draw some Emma legs and Emma boots. Some Ellison boots. By the way, for those of you who were curious about the brand of her boots, they're actually called Ellison boots. Look them up. Google them. You won't find anything because they don't exist. I actually named the boots Like the brand of them is called Ellison because my good buddy David Ellison was the guy who basically took the old concept of Emma and he's like, this is missing something. What is this missing? And he's like, I got it! Combat boots. And at first I was like, well, no, that's going to be weird. But then I tried it and I was like, genius! Genius! And then from that day forward, Emma had combat boots. And we loved it. We loved her even more. And that's good. It's very good. He's coming to town. Do 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 do. What time are we at? Oh, hey! It's 20 minutes until I get to go eat my stuffed peppers. Yum yum yummy, yummy in my tummy. I cannot wait. These are actually some of my favorite things to eat in the world. Mmm. And the way they are being prepared by Jake's lovely mother is beyond words. Just love them. Love them. Love them. But it's been a really, really beautiful day today. Like, I got to go back to how awesome today was. I never realized like how amazing the sky was until I started working for myself, right? I could go outside and just look at the clouds. And I'm like, this is absolutely amazing. It's like if I was working in an office today, I would not be able to see this beautiful cloudscape. And I take a picture of it and be like, I'm going to use this later for a cloudscape layout in my comic. And that makes me oh so happy. One of the nice perks of being self-employed. I'm not unemployed. I'm self-employed, okay? That's what I keep telling everybody. I'm not unemployed. I'm self-employed. No matter what. Even if I wasn't doing anything, I'd be like, no, self-employed. You got fired from McDonald's. Self-employed. It works, right? It works. Kind of. I don't know. Them some big boots. Yes. By the way, there will be, because Alicia drew an awesome picture of Emma in a suit. I gotta pull it up real quick. Alicia made this awesome picture of Emma in a suit, and I decided that I am going to have a part in the comic. I don't know exactly where, but she will change clothes and do maybe a suit-looking thing. I don't know. I think that would be really cool. So just like the way it looks. It's like the way it looks. And then, of course, I'll be like, ha! Thanks for the drawing, Alicia. Now I'm going to say I created it. I'm going to say it was my idea first. Just kidding. I give credit where credit is due. If I do use one of your ideas, keep in mind, remember, I'm bringing this back to you guys. Okay? For those of you who submit anything to the Emma Facebook page and I end up using it, whether it is something as amazing as this or a picture of yourself as a zombie, I will credit you at the end of the issue. And then that will stay in there forever, for all time, right? Even when the issue is printed and it's on the comic stands at the comic store, right in front of your very eyes, your name will be in that book if I use something that you make. So, can't guarantee I'll use anything that you make, but there you go. Throwing that out there. Letting you know of the awesome opportunities. La 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 la. Eating peppers makes me oh so happy and slappy. I don't know what that means, to be slappy, but that's what it makes me. Hey, Santa Claus is coming to town. by the way, I got this awesome idea. Like, I finally ordered my friends gifts. I'm super excited to give them to said friends. But I'm super excited about what I'm going to get for Jake, my writer, because he loves all kinds of things, and I don't want to exactly say what I'm going to get him, but it's probably going to be something from the Zelda universe. And I really like making gifts, so I don't know if I'll have time to actually make him something, but we'll see. If I can make him something, then that's good, right? Because, you know, like, I'm terrible at buying gifts, right? And I'm really, really trying to step out of my comfort zone and buy stuff for people this year because I'm just so bad at figuring out what people want. And I feel terrible when people buy me stuff and get me things, you know, for Christmas, and I'm like, oh, thanks. I wish you wouldn't have got me anything because now I don't have anything for you. You know, it's like, ugh, it's just something so terrible about that. And I don't even do it on purpose because I suck. I really, really suck at getting presents. Don't get that confused. And so, yeah, trying to get things to work. But, like the little drummer boy, he had no gift to bring, but he played his drum the best he could. And that gave me an idea. I was like, well, hey, if I can't buy something, I should create something. I should use my talents and my gifts and create something for somebody else. Because as they say, you know, those are the best kinds of gifts, the things that you make with your own hands. Alright, fixing the skirt. I'm liking that. That looks good. Let's go ahead and just bring that up. Bringing that up. Bringing that up. Finish this boot. There we go. That boot's looking a little bit cushy. It's the sole. The sole is a little bit too cushy. Let's fix that. You guys are awesome. Oh, by the way, yeah, I have been actually considering like printing out some of that fan art and just like putting it in front of my wall here so I can look at it because seriously, your guys' fan art is so amazing. Like, just love it. You guys are so creative and sweet and supportive, and I just don't even know what to say. Aside from burping and then blowing it in a different direction. But besides that, I'm at a loss for words. It almost brings me to tears just thinking about all of the amazing support you guys have shown me so far. And just, you know, I really believe that you know you're on a good path. You know that you're doing something right when you just feel it, right? It just feels right. And I've never had a feeling of just doing something and knowing that it was right, like doing this has brought to me, you know? It's like, I'm supposed to be doing this. This day, I'm supposed to be working on my comic. This day, I create comics. And that's just a really, really cool feeling to have. And I wish that for those of you who want to pursue a dream, create something for yourself, I really hope you'll take that to heart as well. You don't have to necessarily quit your job, but, you know, just really never lose sight. Never lose sight of what you want to create for yourself. Never feel like you can't do it. Never feel like you can't do it. Come on, if I can do it, then anybody can do it. Because I ain't nothing special. The only thing special about me is it seems like I figure out, you know, what I'm made of when I'm faced with, you know, some challenging circumstances, you know. It's kind of when I step up and do my best. So it's kind of the motivation right there. Let's put a little band-aid on there. Oh, bandage. Now, is that right though? Like, should her leg be like that? Oh. No, should not. Her leg should be kind of like going like that. Yeah. Don't sit around and wait for the perfect time to come for you to do your thing, and don't say, oh, someday, I'm going to make my masterpiece. Someday I'm going to create this. Someday I'm going to start this business. It's like, really, you need to, like, once you sit down and really kind of plan it out, it really becomes clear to you, at least it did for me, when I sat down and planned out, like, how could I actually do this? Like, if I were to create this comic, what would happen? What would I need to do? How much money would I need to make, to keep going? And really, I found out it actually wasn't that big of a number. It actually wasn't that hard. I was like, whoa, I could actually do this. I could do this right now. So, yeah. Don't just sit around and wait for things to line up perfectly for you, because they're not. They're never going to. It's never going to get to that point where you're like, okay, well, yep, I've worked my entire life. I'm 60 now. All right, I guess I'm retired. Time to make a comic, because at that time, probably not going to be able to be around to enjoy the fruits of your labor. But if you work a little bit each year throughout your entire life, just a little bit on your masterpiece, I said masterpiece. What is that? It's a masterpiece. Bastion piece. Then I guarantee you, you will reach it. You will find it. Seek and you will find. Making a list, gonna fall down. Smack your face right on the ground. Emma's gonna get dirt on her face. What are you guys talking about? Oh, okay, some people are asking some questions. Someone's saying, oh, Mr. Impossible, you're asking how hard was it to pick a specific style for Emma? That's a good question. And are we already at question time? All right, well, we're not technically at question catapults, but that's a good question, so I'll go ahead and talk about that for a minute. So, luckily, I have an amazing friend by the name of Larry Ray. He works at Riot Games, and he does a lot of the designing of skins for the characters that you play in that game, right? So, but what's really cool about Larry is that he has an extensive knowledge of design, right? And he's a big fan of animation styles, right? So originally what Emma was going to look like for the comic, let me show you. And I showed this to Larry, right? I'm going to pull out the little trusty notebook here. This was the original concept for Emma, right? Right here. So you can see like how much more detailed she is. Like look at all the strands of hair and all that stuff, and then that there. And he took one look at this and he's like, Keenan, you try to illustrate a comic like that, it's going to take you a long time. If you're a one-man illustration crew, it's going to be pretty tough. So he basically offered to throw some insight as to how I can simplify the design. And, well, first he said, figure out how you can simplify the design on your own. And then I showed him some things that I was working on. Basically, like, remember these here? I showed these in an earlier show, but this was me kind of trying to figure out how I was going to simplify Emma's face. So like a little teardrop shape and then quickly throw in the eyes and all that stuff. And let's see, let's continue through here. Continuing through. And I don't want to show you too much of this concept art, guys, because this is actually going to be in the issue that you can buy. And if I show it all here, then it's not going to... It's going to devalue the awesome thing that you can purchase later. But let me show you the things that Larry actually drew. Where the heck are they? Here you go. So this was Larry's interpretation of Emma. Right there. See that? So that was kind of where I got that idea. See that little thing right there that kind of goes up and down like for her hair? I was like, hey, that's awesome. I'm gonna take that and use it. And then over here was kind of where I started to get a little closer to the style that I'm using in the comic. So that's the beginning of it, but I can't show you too much concept art because that is going to be in the final issue that I'm going to be releasing in a couple weeks. that you can buy, and you can look at the rest of all the awesome sketches that went into creating the final style that I am using right over here. So all in all, I actually found it very, very fun and challenging to figure out a simplified style that I could work with. And I personally really, really like it because I've heard some people, one of my coworkers said it's like a cross between Skullgirls and Scott Pilgrim. And I was like, oh, I love both of those things, so that's awesome if it reminds you of both of those. And I just like the simplified style. I like the graphic shapes like of her hair. You know, it's just like a graphic shape that like cuts through. And my buddy said, hey, this is like a perfect style for animation. So who knows? If one day I'm able to pitch this to like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, who knows? We might actually have a cool style for the animation that we can already pitch forward. So, yes, I tease you. I tease you. Well, yeah. So, Mr. Unpossible, you will be able to order the comic off the website, but you can't order it right now because obviously I'm still working on it. But it will be open very, very soon for you guys to order. And basically it's going to be a digital version right now. Like, I'm starting off digital because it's so much easier to begin a business with digital things where you just buy it and then, you know, you just download it and then, you know, you make the money. But I do eventually want to make physical copies, but that is going to have to come at a time where maybe I work with a publisher or whatever. You know, right now we're starting small, and the digital version will just have like the concept art, and it'll have a special thank you note from me and the writer Jake, as well as the developer. Well, basically anybody who helped develop the comic will have a little note in there thanking you for downloading the comic. And then it'll have all kinds of extra concept art at the end and a little something else in there, but can't tell you. Can't tell you. Can't tell you about that yet. But there will be plenty of things to justify the money that you would spend on a free comic, right? It's like, come on, give me something here. Give me something. And I do appreciate everybody that's been talking to me saying, hey, you know, we want to support you right now. We want to give you money and all that stuff. And that really means a lot, but I don't want to just take money from people without giving them something back. Not to mention, it's just gonna, it really suck. Like if somebody donates something and then the day, like one day later, I start selling stuff, and it's like, well, what about all the people that already donated money? Don't they get anything? And it'd just be hard for me to go back and like try to figure out like everybody that donated this and what they should get and all that stuff. So I'm trying to make sure I launch it properly. I'm kind of using Kickstarter as a little bit of a like a template. Kind of the way that they do it. Be like, hey, donate a couple bucks, you get this. Donate 5, you get this. 10, this. You know, 20, you get this. You know, but I'm doing that through my own. Like, I like to figure out how to do things on my own first before I go somewhere else. You know, if I do ever go to Kickstarter. And I just like to try things out on my own before I just trust something to other people. Because I've had negative experiences in the past of having somebody else like do the website, you know, for me or, you know, what have you. So that's looking pretty good. In fact, I think I might have cleaned that up a little too much. Yeah, that's another thing I'm trying to get better at, is like only clean up the drawing as much as you need to. In fact, I think the only thing that I really need to watch out for, or the only thing that I really need to clean up to this point, is really just the face. And I think I may have done it a little bit too much over here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the question catapults. So I hope that you were readying your questions. I hope you have some good ones. Please ask in the chat to your right any questions that you would have. What type of candy you like, what presents you should get for your friend, how to make a woman fall in love with you in 5 seconds. All of these questions are welcome. Ask away as I fix Emma's face. Alrighty. Let's see, what else do we need to do here? What is bugging me about this? It's just this eye. Whoa! Whoa. Oh, here we go. Cool. That works. Let's go ahead and move this back a little bit. Cool. Cool. All right, what are you guys saying over here? Okay, okay. Whoa, whoa, too many questions. Too many questions. Will the market edition include proportions? Oh, like proportions of the characters? If so, yes. I will include the basic measuring charts of the characters. Yeah. Or at least the characters that are appearing in that issue. So it's probably just going to be Emma and maybe a zombie, I don't know, in there. The zombies are kind of random, so I guess maybe not that. But there will be zombie concept art in there. Plenty to see. Okay. Oh, and that question came in from Mr. D. Valkio D. I don't know how to say your name. Valcio. Whatever. You give me a little dictionary pronunciation thing up there. That'll help. All right, I'm going to go ahead and switch back to the cam for a second while I am answering questions. Whilst I answer you. Yes, I'm going to be eating stuffed bell peppers. Yes. How many chapters, volumes in the first issue? There are going to be 3 parts in one issue. So each issue is going to be 30 pages of full color awesomeness, except for the first issue, because obviously the first thing is like a dream sequence, and that's black and white. But you get the idea. Every issue from this point forward will be full color. Awesome. My favorite game besides LOL, Ellis Qualls asks. Good question. Good question. I'm really enjoying, I don't know, like, I've really been trying my best to, like, not get into games that much. I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft, way too much of that. I've been playing Skylanders with my friends because they're into it, and that's actually really fun and easy to get into, and I like the little figures and the cute little dudes. I play Wrecking Ball. He's awesome. He's got, like, a little Yoshi tongue. Eats things. Aislinn Art, yes, she's asking about the Scion Motivate contest. The deadline is in February. I think it's mid-February. I'm going to be needing your guys' help very, very soon. Basically, all I'm going to be having you guys do is go to the Emma Facebook page and just put I support Emma and just give me a bunch of hearts on there. But not yet. Don't do it yet. I will tell you when it's time to do that, because the winners, like, they'll pick 50 people to go to a business convention in LA where you'll get to learn from mentors and everything. It'll help me out a lot with trying to further the business. And then here's the cool part. The top 10 people that have the coolest products win $10,000 and a brand new car. Like, how awesome is that? 10,000 bucks. I could keep this going for quite a while longer. Not to mention, I could use a new car, but who couldn't? So if you guys wish to help me out with that, that is awesome. If you want to enter yourself, simply search Scion Motivate, and you can check it out, and you can enter too. And who knows? I might see you there. Okay. Aaron, you're asking a great question. How do I feel about Cintiqs? Cintiqs versus Wacom Intuos, right? I personally like the Intuos more than the Cintiq. But you didn't see that coming, did you? Because I like being able to just, like, work like normal, but personally, it doesn't make a big difference for me. Being able to just, like, work exactly where my hand is, right? Like drawing on the screen. I personally feel it's very similar to just working like this and looking at the screen, you know, working like this and looking straight ahead, because I've just gotten used to it. And I like the added feature of not having your hand in the way when you're drawing. So I've been spoiled by that for years, and I'm just kind of used to it. So, and the Intuos cost a lot less money, so I would say definitely go for the Intuos and just train yourself to use it, and you'll end up liking it. It's just as good. Helgen Warfare, I didn't even know they had wireless adapters for tablets. I haven't ever used one, so I couldn't give you a good review on that. More special guests on the stream. Yes, Jason Herring asked a great question. I would love to have more special guests on the stream. I would love to be able to have my mentor, John Boy. He's actually an awesome comic artist that did a lot of stuff for World of Warcraft. He did stuff for G.I. Joe. And now he's actually working as a comic artist, or he's working as a concept artist at Riot. And I would love to have him come and join me. But we'll see if I can get that to happen. We'll see. Next. Toucans is asking, do I make traditionally drawn comics? I personally don't. I have a lot of respect for people who do work traditionally with like the actual comic board and all that stuff. I think that's really cool, and professional inkers. But in order to save time, it's like, hey, I can do all this stuff by myself and make it digital. And it's a little bit of like a, I don't know if it makes a huge difference. I mean, it's always awesome to have traditionally drawn comics, but for me, like the point of this comic is really just to experiment, right? It's like, hey, let's do all the crazy stuff now. Let's get all that stuff out of the way. And then any mistakes we make, we'll take note of it and we'll move forward. Because Emma is not the only comic that I plan on ever making. I have some other interesting ideas for comics. But that is another conversation for another time. 2 more questions and then we conclude with our epic music and Christmas Emma. All right. Did you ever have problems choosing between art and other subjects? Mr. Aishwar Kalu is asking this. I really hope I pronounced your name right. Sorry if I totally butchered it. But Mr. Kalu is asking this question, obviously. And let's see. A lot of people think that you have to like choose one thing and then stick with it, right? Like, oh, if you're going to be an artist, you better be only an artist. You can't play guitar, you can't snowboard, you can't go to the beach, you can't pick up chicks, you can't do any of that stuff, right? But you can do anything that you put your mind to. And by the way, picking up chicks, that's not, I don't do that. I wish I could, but I fail miserably at it. But it is quite funny to see. It is quite funny to see me try to flirt with a girl. If you're an outsider. Yeah, but I don't think that it should be difficult for you to choose other things for you want your life to be about, you know, other than art. You should be able to have the freedom to do what you want, right? Just like follow that inner fire that's within you, right? Your soul. Like, what is your soul telling you to do? If it's telling you to do art, then do art. If it's telling you to go cliff jumping, then go jump off a cliff with a parachute. Please do that. So listen to that. And let us conclude with our final question coming in from not Eagle Chopper, because you're asking, do I lift? I answered this question. I'm the Bowflex man. With the bulging back muscles. Like that, right? I don't lift, I Bowflex. And G Wids is asking, how long hath thou been drawing for? Well, let me tell you, G Wits. Let me tell you how long I hath been drawing for. I started when I was a wee, tiny child. I was sitting in church with my father, and we were drawing pictures of dinosaurs and deep-sea creatures. I remember he would always draw, like, squids and stuff, and, like, different kinds of dinosaurs. And that was really fun. And I think it was, like, maybe, like, 4 or 5 at the time. So that would make it about 20 years. But I believe that a lot of people look at that and they're like, oh, 20 years. I don't have 20 years to learn how to be an artist. It's like, no, don't do that to yourself. Because I fully believe that as you grow to be an adult, right, you're able to grasp concepts much quicker than you were when you were a child, right? Art concepts. You can learn the techniques, you can learn the rules, and you can become a good artist, basically, in a lower amount of time. I don't even know what I was trying to say. A slight bit lower. I think I combined all those words into one. Isn't that great? A smaller amount of time. That's what I'm going to say. So, yes, do not let that discourage you. because anybody can be a great artist. However, I feel when you are younger, you have the ability to be more creative, whereas when you're older, you have the ability to grasp the subjects much quicker. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to end the stream. Thank you once again for tuning in to episode 716 of the KNKL Emma stream. My name is Keenan Lafferty. YouTube viewers, archive viewers, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. I'm Keenan Lafferty. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, take care.